I decided to pursue a career in law because it gives me an opportunity to help people. I enjoy being a passionate advocate for my clients, and I'm so grateful that being a lawyer also allows me to make a positive impact on our community. When a client chooses us to represent them, they're entrusting us with a huge responsibility. It's our goal to exceed their expectations with our personalized service and to help them to achieve the best possible recovery to compensate them for their injuries.
Having been through a serious accident myself, I understand how instantly isolated someone can feel during the immediate aftermath. We try to shed light on a client's situation so that they don't feel so isolated, knowing that they have us on their side, working towards a resolution on their behalf. That's where we come in, and that's what the firm did for me as well. We fight to set clients on the right track so that they can try to get back to the life they had prior to the accident.
A fellow was texting and driving and came across the line and hit me head on. Just a horrific accident. I literally thought I was going to die. You know, I've dealt with thousands of wrecks in my life being on the fire department and never thought I would be in that situation. Fran is a big sponsor of a lot of the restaurant events for bikers and things like that. So I knew that she had a lot of experience in wrecks and things. So she was the first one I thought of to call. She's a bulldog. They found out things that I didn't think were possible to find out. When you're laying in a hospital bed and you're hurting, I understand it. It's scary, but if you have Fran Haasch on your side, it should alleviate a lot of your worries. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
They have their own lives to take care of, whether it's family, a job, or all the above. We endeavor to shield clients from the stressors of an injury claim so that they can try to focus on what is truly important.
The culture of this firm is based on charity, compassion, and I like to surround myself with team members that are going to treat a client like they're part of our family. Community is number one to me. We do a food drive every year. If it's a cancer benefit, a food benefit, something for the animals, something for veterans, we love to be involved in that. The bikers are such a charitable group of people, and they have the biggest hearts. I love being part of that community. This can be devastating to have an accident, and it's just a priority of mine to make sure they get the best medical care possible to make a full recovery.
What's going on, everybody? It looks a little different for our Michelle and Tony show tonight. Yes, it's gonna
Tony.
be. No, listen, you're a whole lot uglier than Michelle is. No offense, but as you can see, we got Everywhere Eddie here with us because Michelle woke up and she wasn't feeling well. She was under the weather. Under the weather, yep. Which we are also out here because it's raining here at Quaker Steak and Lube. We said, you know what? Let's just shoot this inside. John said he had something called a casting couch and said, let's try that out.
Yeah, look at that.
I wasn't warned what it was, and now I know. So then I'm sitting next to this guy right here. Eddie, say hi to everybody.
Hey, everybody. Tony, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you, sir?
I'm great. You know, we had a great weekend.
We had a lot of fun down at Bert's Black Widow, didn't we? Wait, hold on. Let me preface. This guy had a lot of fun. I was eating and doing a bike show and running around working. Well, this guy's crowning champions of the bikini contest and filming and judging, and I was like, all right, Eddie, how come you get all the fun jobs and I get to work here? What's going on?
You know, somebody's got to do it. It's a tough job, you know, especially bikini contests. Oh, my goodness.
Let me tell you, this guy had the hard job of crowning the girls, putting the sashes on, judging. What else did you do?
It was tough,
oiling up, making sure the outfits were on correctly. I mean, I was like, come on, Eddie. You know, you can share a little bit. Just kidding.
Well, you know, I appreciate the fact that you let me do that, Tony.
You know, you were the man for the job. We knew it. We knew that you were the man for the job. What are we doing? Pushing in? All right. See? Now he's telling us what to do here.
Closer.
I love it. I love it. Eddie, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff, but one thing I want to talk about first is next week's show. Your Everywhere Eddie show next week.
Well, Tony, you know, last week we had an exciting show down at the Twisted Fork. But next week, a week from tonight, we are going to be broadcasting from inside the new building, the new Burt's Barracuda. Now, it's not going to be totally finished, but it's going to be far enough along where we can be inside and broadcasting from in the new Burt's Barracuda.
Listen, it's kind of like the thing with Full Throttle and Burt's Barracuda. We were there putting on an expo before they even broke ground. We were in the dirt putting on an expo, if anybody remembers that, a couple of years back.
Oh, my God.
Then when they first got pavement down, I was able to lay down in a pavement and enjoy that. Then when they broke ground, last year we were in the new pavilion where the walls are up now. And then next week we're going to be in the showroom before they even get that started. So it's like we're in the front end of that whole Burt's Barracuda place going to be open.
Yeah, it's amazing. And Burt has some special guests lined up. He's got the builders, the contractors, the architects. I mean, all the people responsible for putting the new Burt's together, they're going to be there. And probably a few other little surprise guests. And we're going to have a musical guest, too.
I heard that there's been 3 generations have built the Harley-Davidson dealerships in the St. Pete area.
In the St. Pete area, yep.
And you're going to have the builder of all 3 generations together there that have built the original one, which I don't know where that one was at. Then you had the one on 54th Avenue.
54th, right.
And then you have the new one here. And they've got the same builder for all 3 Harley-Davidson dealerships.
Unbelievable.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, it is. The nostalgia of that alone is pretty neat, you know?
Yeah, it's going to be a great show, so I hope you all tune in a week from tonight, 7 o'clock, right here.
It's going to be here. Now, tonight we got a couple people. We're going to talk with Gary Dodds from Precision Motorsports,
yep.
Right? And Gary brought David Barr in. If you guys don't know who David Barr is, number one, this man is in the Guinness Book of World Records. He's a double amputee who's ridden around the country more times
around
than
the world.
Around the world, you're right.
Unbelievable.
World. This guy's story is hands down second on. It says, meet and ride with Dave Barr, founder of Patriot Express Foundation, Inc., Marine veteran and helping military families for over 20 years. And that has nowhere near what this guy has done in that sentence.
You know, last year, I met Dave 2 years ago, Tony, on this run, on the Patriot Express run. And I saw him again last year. And last year I got his book. He's written a book. I think he's written a few books. But I got his main book last year. The man is phenomenal. I mean, what
inspiration.
He's done.
Phenomenal is an understatement. Inspiration. Double amputee who walks everywhere, rides a bike, doesn't have anything hold him back.
And they just rode in from California to be here tonight.
To be here for the show.
Unbelievable.
So we got Gary Dodds and David Barr going to be here. Then we got T-Man.
T-Man.
T-Man. You know T-Man. He is with, who's he with? T-Man's with the homeless vets, right? He
the homeless vets.
Homeless vets, and he goes out there and helps find homes for the homeless vets. And that man has a job that nobody wants to do. But he loves going out there and helping people that are in need.
He does it on a daily basis.
I don't know if I could, man.
Oh, man.
The whole finding vets that are homeless, that should never happen. That shouldn't even be something that has to happen. Yet it does, and we have to do that. And T-Man is the man that goes out there and does it.
And not only that, but he provides clothing and stuff for these homeless vets. He collects stuff. I mean, I have boots that I'm ready to give him. That I don't wear anymore, and they're like brand new boots, and he's going to get them and give them to vets.
Well, and some of them I've learned through T-Man don't want houses. They don't want to. They want to stay there. So what he does is he gives them the necessities, the toiletries and the deodorant and the things they need and shampoo and stuff, because they don't want to be in the mix of everything. That and. You can't blame them, PTSD, all that stuff that goes along with it. That's where they want to be, and you know what? He's just out there to make sure that they got food, they got the things they need, and I think that's great.
And he does a great job. So he's going to be here. Dave Barr, Gary Dodds,
and we got a buttload of events coming up, Eddie, this weekend.
This weekend.
How about that? I'm excited. I am excited.
This weekend's crazy,
for a buttload of events. Now we couldn't say that for about the last 4 months.
Right.
That we haven't had a lot of events. We have a buttload of events happening this weekend coming up, and from Rossiter's to Gator Harley-Davidson, where else? Of course, the Patriot Express ride.
Yes.
And, oh, I'm getting yelled at. I don't know what that is. But, we got Reverend Jim Speakeasy, the 9/11 Memorial Ride, a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to get to that at the end of the show. But right now we're going to take a break. We are going to go get Gary Dodds and David Barr in here. We're going to talk to them, and you guys are going to hear this amazing story. We'll be right back.
When I started practicing law, I never wanted to work in a high-rise. I wanted an office that my clients would feel comfortable and welcome. Hi, I'm attorney Fran Haasch. And I've also always been a fighter, never backing down to any insurance company or their attorneys when it comes to representing my clients' rights. Let me deal with the insurance company so you don't have to. If you've been injured in an accident, please call me at 866-LAW-FRAN or log on to lawfran.com.
The mission of Wreaths Across America is to remember our fallen veterans, to honor those that have served and are serving in the United States military, and to teach our children the values of freedom and the sacrifices our veterans have made to protect those freedoms. Wreaths Across America at Florida National Cemetery this year, our goal is 40,000 wreaths. You can help us by sponsoring a wreath for $15. This year we're offering a text to donate sponsorship. Please text your $15 sponsorship. Text wreath 32 to 20222. Again, text wreath 32 to 20222. Thank you for helping us to remember.
We are in our brand spanking used 2015 Ram Rev. We just took this bad boy on trade. It's got all the works in here. You got pump and water switches, you've got tank switches. Got a TV right here, a little remote control cubby, things of those nature. Pull downs for your windows. Pretty solid.
Well, here we are. We're back in the camper, in the mobile unit studio at Quaker Steak and Lube. And we got our guests with us. Guys, say hello and introduce yourself out there. Hold those mics up.
I'm Dave Barr from California. I've ridden out on, this is the Patriot Express Run, the 11th annual Patriot Express Run. This is my 11th time going from California to the East Coast and 6th time down here to Tampa, Florida area.
Wow.
Shoo, 6th time. Introduce yourself so everybody knows who you are.
Gary Dodds. I'm here in Clearwater, Florida, and I'm the state captain for the Patriot Express. And we've been riding and supporting Dave for over 20 years now. It's been a really pleasure and honor, and we do this coast to coast, as we say. And our little event's coming up this Saturday. We're excited.
Dave, I got one quick question, because I know how many miles I can put on in a day. How many miles do you put on a bike in a day when you're riding?
Well, sometimes it's 300, sometimes it's 200. Sometimes my first day out was 617.
Wow.
And
Okay.
40 miles of that was not in the desert. And
wow, that's a lot of miles a day. I don't care what anybody says.
You know, I mean, it just depends on the day, the where I've got to go, what the agenda we have, and a lot of times I get to where I arrive and I got to go to work. Might have to speak that evening, do social things, whatever.
Your whole trip is planned out on where you're stopping, where you're going.
Yep.
Okay, so that's pretty good. So you know what you're looking for.
Three big events. One out of Kansas City, Missouri, with the Patriot Express, and on the last Sunday of every August, and the next one is Labor Day out of Spartanburg, South Carolina, and then the last one, of course, is out of Safety Harbor, right here in Tampa, Florida, and on the second Saturday of the month of September.
That's pretty awesome. Eddie, you got any questions? I know you got a million questions.
You know, I first met Dave 2 years ago on the run, the Patriot Express Run. and saw him again last year, and I'm looking forward to this Saturday. And it's going to be great, you know. There's so many runs and things going on, but I dedicated myself to be on the Patriot Express run.
Well, we take that as a big compliment, Eddie.
Yeah,
because
3
Eddie
years
is
in a row.
everywhere, right?
You need to get the everywhere thing. Please explain what the Patriot Express Foundation is, so people know where the money's going and what it's going for.
Right. The Patriot Express, we are a money-collecting 501(c)(3). We support a number of organizations where no one is paid. Nobody is paid in the Patriot Express. Nobody that we deal with are paid. The Fisher House is one out of Missouri. Eagles Wings that work at keeping marriages together. The people there, no one's paid. And also there's Kenny Fisher and with his organization out of Texas that reacclimatizes these guys back into life. You know, with the civilian life, with hunting, fishing, shooting, other sports, and he is not paid. No one's paid. What we do with the Patriot Express and the people we support, we do it for God, country, and family.
That's awesome. And you know, the big thing that weighs heavy is the PTSD and the 22 a day, and that's the stuff that all reverts back to.
Kenny Fisher works with that, and out of Texas.
And that number's way too high. Should be zero, right. Because our veterans that come home need to be respected and taken care of. And if they have issues, they can talk to somebody. And it's hard to. It's hard to. You're a man. You go out there. You're told to shoot and kill, and then you come back and you're like, hey, I got something wrong in my head. You don't want to say that. Guys don't want to say that. You got to learn that that's okay.
They need to be respected. You know, I'm a Vietnam veteran, and
thank you, sir.
We were not so well respected. We were not treated so kindly. And this generation must know there are people out there not just with a handshake and thank you for your service. We mean it. We're behind it. We're behind them, their families, and we're showing it by our deeds.
Eddie, you know, we've talked to Wretched Few, who goes out there and does a lot of that stuff locally. They help people in need, and I've seen a huge push for it lately, and I'm always behind that. You know what I mean? You got to take care of our vets. My brother's a 21-year Navy chief, retired Navy chief, and I hear him tell me a story every couple weeks. Oh man, it's again somebody I know, and I'm like, that shouldn't be there. That shouldn't be part of it. You know, I love what you do and raise money for, and your story. I mean, you've written books. How many books have you written?
I've written 4 books.
4 books.
And I tell people if they got a problem sleeping at night, just open one of my books.
I'm sure that's not the truth.
No, my books are about high adventure. They're not about nice living and touring, you know, and beautiful scenery.
I'm sure you've seen your fair share of adventures.
Oh,
now,
some better than others.
Gary was telling me you help me out with your lifespan, because you went to another military. Is that correct?
Well, I was in the Marines from the time I was 17 to 20.
Okay.
And I was in Vietnam. I was a crew chief and a door gunner on a Huey gunship. And then
door gunner, as in you leaned out the door with the big gun. He just says it like it's nothing. I'm like,
it's a job like any other job, and if you treat it that way, you walk away from it.
That's very true. Like,
and
I understand.
And I've been very fortunate that I don't take any medication. I went on to serve in the Israeli Parachute Brigade, right, wow. in the early 70s, and then to what was then the Rhodesian Light Infantry 1 Commando Battalion, and on to the South African Defense Forces, a special organization. We were known as Pathfinders. We were all foreign, and we used to deep penetration into enemy territory in Angola, and small teams.
Was there any riding done over there? Did they have motorcycles? I didn't know if they did.
No, we weren't riding.
Well, I know the only reason I asked that.
Unless we were riding on our 2 black Cadillacs.
Well, I'm just sitting here saying, because I know like the Urals and those Moto Guzis back in the day were used to go up the Swiss. They used that, and they had the plates underneath to go up and back on mountains. So
Urals,
that's why I asked that question.
I've ridden
weird.
Listen, Tony, I've ridden with the Ural in Siberia in the winter, and they are one of the most rugged motorcycles ever made, and 2-wheel drive. They're incredible.
You don't find many 2-wheel drive Urals.
No,
that's for sure.
And but having said that, no, there's nothing out there. It's a war zone. It looks like it. It's a mess.
Wow, the stories, and we're just touching the tip of it, Eddie.
You know, and it takes a special kind of person to do what Dave Barr has done in his lifetime. He's amazing, and just the fact riding across from California, across the country, to get down here for this event. I mean, not many people can do that.
Oh, hey, by the way, let's make this a little bit more amazing. You are a double amputee, correct?
Right. I have a leg
He's
off.
doing this with both legs. He's got
The leg
double
off above the
amputee.
knee and one off just below.
So he's doing this as a double amputee, and you've done all this. And
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing.
As an amputee, I've established 2 Guinness World Records. Established, meaning no one in recorded history has done them. And they have nothing to do with my disability. There is no category for disabilities. Okay?
Really?
Now, I was a lot younger and stronger.
What were they? What are the two?
Well, one of them, I went across from the Atlantic coast of France, across northern Europe, Russia, both the Siberias, in an unbroken line to the Pacific Ocean. And I had to do it in the wintertime because of the swamps in eastern Siberia. They're frozen, and you can ride across them in the winter. And by the way, I could ride a motorcycle in the cold of Russia and have no problem because I don't get cold feet.
He's a comedian too, this guy. Oh, Jesus, that's too funny.
And the other one is I took a Harley Davidson, and I'm the first person to use a Harley Davidson to go around the world, and a route that has never been duplicated. That motorcycle is in the AMA Hall of Fame, right? And they can look it up online. And the first Harley Davidson ever used in a Guinness record was the Russian Winter Adventure. That's in the Sturgis Hall of Fame. And the second Harley Davidson used in a Guinness World Record was used to go to the 4 extreme compass points of Australia and to the outback. I call it the Southern Cross, and that is in a museum in Delaware.
My goodness.
Tony, and you went to Sturgis.
Yeah, I think I'm cool sometimes, and then I start talking to him. Go, yeah, I didn't do anything in my life.
Well,
you're pretty amazing, sir.
You have, but one of the things, a theme in my books you'll read in all 4 of them is the fact that you're put here for a job. God put us all here in this world to do a job. You know, however great or small, and we all have the choice to either take it on and do it or turn away from it. And one day, as we stand in front of him and he says, "What did you do with this great gift of life?" Many, the majority will say, "Well, I was afraid. I was of this or that." And there'll be the few that weren't. And he'll say to those that were afraid, he said, "What are you afraid of? You have arrived here anyway."
You made it here. That's right.
Yep.
I mean, and the question is, you've jumped out of. You said you were a paratrooper, so you've hung out of airplanes.
I also skydived off and on for 38 years.
Just on the side when he was bored doing nothing. I guess.
I'm actually I skydived 10 years as normally. And then I went on for another 28 as a double amputee.
You're pretty amazing. I mean, and again, I'm pretty sure we're just touching the tip of things that you've done in life, which is very awesome. I'd like to. What are your books? What are the books' names so people can go find
books,
them?
They can find them. They can go to DaveBarr1972.com, and the books are 4 Flags, Volume 1 and Volume 2 about my military history, and then there's Riding the Edge about the journey around the world. And then there's Riding the Ice, which is the Russian Winter Adventure for the first Guinness record. And there are also 2 DVDs.
You know, you said you ride. Did you hear this? He rode across the swamps when they froze.
When they froze.
Okay, now I don't know anywhere that has swamps that freeze. That has to be a.
Well, Siberia.
That has to be a sight to see. Like you got.
Well, the tundra in Alaska freezes. They drive rolligons across that. You know,
that's. Are you ready to go do that? You want to do that ride next year? Yeah, we're gonna do that as an adventure.
I'm getting ready now.
Yeah, okay, Gary. You want to organize that, Gary? We'll all go.
Listen, we're gonna do this. Some of the information. The event ends at the VFW post 10093 Safety Harbor, correct?
It does.
That's where it starts too.
It starts and ends there.
It does.
And I put some pictures of ribs on there because I saw some barbecue and I said, okay, this sounds good. I saw Memphis barbecue. What's the band playing? Do we know?
We have Rivers Crossing. Real good band.
I remember last year.
I'm sorry, we have Rivers Crossing playing.
Yeah, last year, was it the Beards or who was it? No,
last year we had 4 bands.
Yeah,
we had Bearded Brothers. We had
Stormbringer.
We had
Stormbringer ended with. That was a party.
And Stormbringer brought out Robbie, which is just that's so special when he comes out and plays the fiddle for from Kansas.
That was a great party.
That was a good one. We would have had it this year, but I couldn't lock down anything for the site because of the COVID.
Yeah, because of the
and Johnny Zimzicki, the guy that owns that bar, we already pulled the permit, but we just couldn't count on anything. So,
I
VFW just reopened, so we're ready to go with that.
Well, the VFW, that's a great venue, and for a party, I've been to a few parties there, and I don't think anyone will be disappointed. And
It's 4 acres. It's
yeah.
The band plays out over the water. We got a dock out there covered.
Yep.
So it's a nice setting.
Alligator out there too.
Is there an alligator in there?
There's 3 alligators.
There's 3
They're all
alligators.
named and they're fed pretty well.
I have a feeling that this man's probably wrestled one before in his
No,
life.
that's some things.
Oh my goodness! I found something he didn't
Tony,
do.
my mother raised ugly kids, not stupid ones.
Oh my God! I found something he hasn't done. He hasn't wrestled an alligator.
Well, the gator runs away from him.
I was going to say they're probably scared of him. That's what I'd be. I'd be like,
they
"There's that
see him,
guy."
they take off.
That's how that goes.
State Bar, look
Well,
out.
we're super excited for the 2020 Patriot Express Foundation Ride and Rally. Are you going to have books? Do you have books here?
No, I don't.
No? Okay, you got to go online, get some of those books. They sound amazing. September 12th, that's this Sunday, correct? Saturday? This Saturday.
Yep.
Helping our military vet families. Just great stuff. You know, Attorney Fran Haasch is a great sponsor of everything we do here in the motorcycle community.
Let me say
and
one of
especially
the really fun benefactors that we have for the money that we raise. It's called Canines for Warriors. They're based out of Jacksonville, and you had mentioned, Tony, earlier about the suicide rate and addiction rate of these returning combat vets. But what this company does is they'll get a service dog, completely train it, and literally give it to the returning soldier. They've done over 900, and their success rate is about 98%. That those people don't go into addiction or suicide once they get that dog.
That's amazing.
So it's amazing.
Those dogs are rescue, aren't they, as well?
They're
also rescue dogs.
Rescue dogs that they train to. Wow, that's
so it's
incredible.
a win-win.
That's helping a million things down the way. That is great. So it looks like we're going to wrap this up. We're getting ready, and people can donate. And I saw they can go to PatriotExpressFoundation.org and donate. Is that correct?
PayPal. They can mail checks in. Anything they want.
Awesome.
So,
Well, Gary, I will see you 10:30 Saturday.
10:30 Saturday morning is our registration at the V. Kickstand's up at 12. Dave will lead us out. We'll go from the post to here, Quaker Steak and Lube, for our first stop. Second stop's going to be Joe's Off the Beach. Everybody knows where that is in Seminole. Third stop is going to be over in American Legion, Post 138, which is a beautiful post right on the water.
Oh, right.
In Tampa.
What a great post that
We're
is,
calling
too.
this the 3-bridge ride. And then from there, we come back to the post, so it's not overwhelming. I've been on these rides where maybe it was too many miles and too much heat, and we're not going to let that happen. Get back to the post, you're going to relax. We got $200 going for the winter, which is always fun. So if you get a good hand, which I never do, but if you do, come back, let's get going. We got Memphis Barbecue. We got a band called Rivers Crossing, a great local band. 3 of the members in that band are veterans, which makes it even more special.
Even better.
And they're friends of ours.
All right.
So come out and see us.
Well, we are super excited. Thank you guys for giving us the time. Thank you for coming here. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Eddie. Anything
Dave?
else?
No, that's it.
All right. What we're going to do is we're going to go do some quick breaks, and then we're going to get T-Man in here. We're going to talk to T-Man about everything that he does. Thank you guys very much. Don't forget, Saturday, September 12th, it's the Patriot Express. We'll see.
When I started practicing law, I never wanted to work in a high-rise. I wanted an office that my clients would feel comfortable and welcome. Hi, I'm attorney Fran Haasch, and I've also always been a fighter, never backing down to any insurance company or their attorneys when it comes to representing my clients' rights. Let me deal with the insurance company so you don't have to. If you've been injured in an accident, please call me at 866-LAW-FRAN or log on to lawfran.com.
We have our perfectly poured Guinness. We have a black and blue, which is made with Blue Moon. And then we're starting over here our snake bite.
With cider. Yes. A snake bite. If you need any of us to try them or drink them, we're here.
Yeah,
just let us know.
A little support.
Yes, we're right there and we're serious. We're right there. So if you need, okay, great, perfect. Oh my God.
Oh, look at this.
Wings. These are tossed in a Korean barbecue pepper sauce. We also have what's called a black and blue burger. This is blackened burger, gorgonzola, apple cider, bacon, sidewinder, twisted French fries.
Look at those French fries, guys.
Onions, and then we have smoked baby back ribs. We just smoked them this morning. Also with twisted fries and coleslaw.
I don't see any parsley on here.
Well, I gotta save that a little. Not everything gets parsley, but everything is better with parsley on top.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, me too. Labor Day weekend, you have to be here. Starts Friday. Come on down. We're open till 10. They're open till 1. Last call's what, 1:30? 1:30, last call.
Hey everybody, Austin down here at Burt's Barracuda Harley, and today I have something spectacular for you today. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trikes here. That's right, 1 trike, 2 trike, red trike, blue trike. We've got them all here at Burt's Barracuda Harley Davidson, so stop in and check out our pre-loved inventory.
David Barr is so amazing, isn't he? I mean, that guy, I could pick his brain and talk to him, and he's funny. He's hilarious,
unbelievable.
Honestly.
What a guy.
I kept trying to say, Eddie, you got questions? Eddie said, I'm just here for the looks tonight. I'm the pretty blonde here tonight.
I'm Michelle.
Well, we switched over. We had to play some commercials. They were playing the Twisted Fork. God, what good food. Real quick, I don't know if you've ever had, D-Man, have you ever heard of chocolate, biscuits, and gravy? You hold the mic up. Chocolate, biscuits, and gravy, and it was Eddie.
Unbelievable.
I think we had it 3 times down there. Chocolate, it's biscuits and gravy, but there was chocolate, and it's on biscuits. My God, I could be 400 pounds and eat that every day.
It was his grandmother's recipe that he just brought into the restaurant. You know.
Well, we got T-Man here from Tampa Homeless Outreach, correct? T-Man, you've been on the show a few times now, and every time we talk about what you do, it makes me excited for what you do, and it makes me pissed off for what you do, because I don't like the fact that there should be vets out there living homeless, you know, and you got to hold that mic up. So I don't like the fact that there are vets out there living in the woods and homeless, but you go out there and you make sure that they're still got what they need. Tell us about what you do.
Every day, even on the weekends, I go out if I'm concerned about some veterans that's living on the street or in the woods. I go out on the weekend and check on them, see if they're doing okay. I take them socks, brand new underwear, t-shirts, food to keep them going. While I try to talk them into coming inside, going to a hotel, let me put them in a hotel.
Because some of them don't want to. We were discussing that before, that they don't want to be into the mix of everything. They enjoy where they're at because that's what they're used to and how they're in their mind trained. And it's cool that you go out there and make sure that they have toiletries and food and, like you said, underwear and socks and shoes and whatever they need. I mean, and some of them you can bring in and you get them turned around, right? I mean,
yeah, I'd say it's about, for veterans, it's about maybe 80% that stick with it. A lot of them that's been in the woods for like 18 years, 15 years, they only come to a hotel for maybe a week or 2 and they back in the woods.
Wow.
It gets them back. I mean, I just don't know how you do it, man. And it shouldn't happen. Our vets should be taken care of. They should have free homes and free everything when they get back, because they're putting their life on the line for us to have what we have. I mean,
exactly.
that's what it's all about. They go out there and fight the battle so we can have and do shows like this and bike nights like Quaker Steak and Lube and listen to bands and do what we do, right? And you were in the military yourself, correct?
Absolutely.
What branch?
Yes. Army Special Forces.
Army Special Forces. Eddie, were you in the military?
No, they rejected me.
Oh, they sent you away.
Physically. Flat feet, hammer toes, and heel spurs.
Really? Boy.
They said, we don't want you.
Keep them
and
feet.
I wanted to go in. You know? All my buddies, it was, back in Vietnam, and all my buddies were going in, and I wanted to go in. I figured they'd put me behind a desk, if anything. And they didn't even want to put me behind a desk, so I was like, okay.
I wanted to. My brother went into the Navy, young, 18. I think he signed up at 17, went in at 18. And I was going to a college prep school, so it wasn't in my future. It was more of a, my brother was needed to go that way. You know what I mean? Right. He was on that path. So, but I would have done it in a second if it was something that was on my path of life. I was just at a different school. I was, doing different things. I was up in Ohio, so I really wish I could have at some points in my life.
I was disappointed because a couple of my real close buddies were going. And, when you grow up with guys, you go to high school with them, you grow up with them, Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts.
Yep. And
then it was time to go in, and I couldn't go. So.
That stinks. So you have an event coming up, is that correct?
I do. The name of it is Cruising for Homeless Veterans.
You know what? I like the fact that we have events coming up. Just period. Just that we can do anything again because you know the events. It wasn't one that's on here. The events took a shot in the arm for a minute. We were doing nothing, sitting home.
Right.
I see this. At registration at Quaker Steak and Lube. What are your stops on it? Do you know off the top of your head?
The stops are, if I can remember, Hennessy's in Osmar.
Nice place.
Bellissimo's. 18 on the Rocks. And we pull the first card here at Quaker, and Quaker's going to be the last stop.
Always good. Quaker's a great place to start and end events. If you guys are always looking, contact Bill Church. Always a great, host of every event. If he's got the time and the day open, you can start and end here, and you can go on different routes down to Sarasota, up to Pasco, over to Hillsborough, and they all come back here because all the bridges kind of move to this area right here.
Yep, and it's a great place to party. Have an after party.
We invited Off-Road United, the Jeep group, to join us, and they helped us out with the Christmas run we did last year, and they really enjoyed it. So we invited them to help us out with this one.
Jeeps are great. Yeah. Jeeps have become this new motorcycle Jeep community are really meshing, I think, because everybody loves motorcycles and Jeeps, and the people that love motorcycles and Jeeps never keep them, stock or factory. I mean, Jeeps are the same. If you buy a Jeep, the first thing you gotta do is put something on it. It's like, what are you gonna do? Take the bumper off, take the tires off, take the wheels off, take the doors off. And we get a motorcycle, let's change the handlebars, put an exhaust on there, paint a paint job. So
I'm sorry I don't have a copy of the flyer.
He's been showing it on the screen right here, so we just saw it. There it is right there.
Okay, on the t-shirts that the artwork is a motorcycle and a Jeep.
Nice.
So we're looking at it right there.
Right
People
there.
can see it.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look, it's nice in here. We can see what John's showing everybody. But that's going to be the t-shirt. Now, I saw with $30 registration, you get a t-shirt as well with that. I'm starting to see that more often with events too, because everybody loves a t-shirt. I mean, can you never have enough black and white t-shirts, and either say Fran or Full Throttle or the event that you're going, so that's a cool logo, by the way. Very neat.
Thank you. I believe Wade did that. Wade Whiskey did the artwork.
Cool.
I
really?
Believe he did. Yes.
And Wade's with help me out with Wade's Heartstrings for Heroes.
Yep.
Wade's with Heartstrings for Heroes. He does the guitars and does.
Wade is a good, big-time veteran supporter.
Yep. I know he trains vets on how to play instruments, and that helps them. And we talked about the 22 earlier, 22 a day with David Barr and them, and I said that number needs to be a 0.
It should
that
be.
number needs to be a 0. We all need to fight and work for that 0. You need to understand that people come back with PTSD, and vets have, and I said it earlier, they're told to do these manly things and do this, and you're here for somebody else, and you got to pick this guy up if he's injured. And then when you come back and you're sitting there and you can't tell somebody why you don't feel well, or and you're gonna say my head is bothering me.
Right.
That's not a thing they say.
Yeah.
You got to know that. You got to know those guys need attention. They need help. They need a pat on the back. They need to know that they are welcome back, unlike we did with our Vietnam vets.
Absolutely.
So big advocate for the 22, and if we can do anything to stop that, that's 100% right there. And PTSD.
T-Man, how long have you been doing this now?
Since 2011, I think.
Wow.
I think it was 2011.
Wow.
9 years.
Yeah.
That's
9
amazing.
years going out there and helping vets. I think
and I'll be 68 this year. So I don't plan on quitting. I don't plan on giving it up.
That's a good thing.
Can anybody just bring you stuff if they have extra? Like, do you get boxes out there saying, "Hey, we could use stuff. Drop it off here"? Do you get it? How do you handle all that?
I get calls or emails and texts from everybody that want to donate, and if we could use it, if I think the vets could use it, then I'll pick it up or have somebody pick it up. We have 1,000 square foot storage over in Tampa, and that we share with Tampa Crossroads. And the sheriff's office, we work with the sheriff's office, Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. They're homeless initiative, so we all work together and use stuff out of that people donate. Yeah.
Do you? I know that this might be a weird question that just popped through my mind. Do they get in trouble? Do you help them if they get arrested or do anything dumb? Do they get?
Yeah,
do you have to go get the? Can you help them get out of? I know this is a weird question. I was like, well, sometimes I gotta imagine they get in trouble, and
it's not really a weird question. I have access to the jail. Go to the jail and do a what I call a screening. If they're getting ready to get out, I do what's called a pre-screening on them to have a place ready for them when they come out of jail.
Wow.
If they were homeless before they went to jail, or they can't go back to where they were.
Where they were, yeah, because that's why they maybe got arrested.
So I go into jail and talk to people, screen them. That's part of what I do.
God, they got to be so happy to have somebody just thinking about them. You know what I mean? Just to go, you want to help me out? You know what I mean? At that point.
Believe it or not, I go to a psych unit too.
Really?
And at the VA hospital, psych unit at St. Joseph's. I go in the psych unit, and if there's a veteran that's going to be homeless, I screen them and have them squared away for when they come out.
Now, you hear T-Man talk, always been this man right here. This is the man I know and known for a long time. Quiet, not loud, never been boisterous or anything like that.
It's no need.
Huh?
It's no need.
Yet he was Special Forces, by the way. So, you know, that's the ones you worry about is those guys that are always sitting there. You don't have to worry about this man. He's going to be out there taking care of people, which I think is fantastic, T-Man.
That's what I do.
That's what, look at just... And he just,
what I do.
It's just what he does. So, okay, we're going to go to another commercial break. We've been sitting here talking with T-Man and David Barr and Gary Dodds. And what we're going to do is come back and talk about all the great events coming up this weekend. And there's a lot. So we're going to...
there's a few.
We're going to play some of the event pictures. We're going to talk about them. T-Man, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Eddie?
Good seeing you, Eddie.
Good seeing you.
All right, we're going to play some commercials. We'll be right back.
When I started practicing law, I never wanted to work in a high-rise. I wanted an office that my clients would feel comfortable and welcome. Hi, I'm attorney Fran Haasch, and I've also always been a fighter, never backing down to any insurance company or their attorneys when it comes to representing my clients' rights. Let me deal with the insurance company so you don't have to. If you've been injured in an accident, please call me at 866-LAW-FRAN or log on to lawfran.com.
Hi everybody, it's me, Josephine at Burt's Barracuda Harley Davidson. Today I want to tell you about 3 special bikes that we're offering to you. You know why? Because everybody's riding. Depression is down, fun is up. It's a great way to stay 6 feet away from everybody. So come get one of these beauties today. This is a 2017 Street Glide Special, going now for $17,995. 2017 Street Glide Special, $17,495, and a 2017 Road Glide Standard, $14,800. These all have good mileage. They got the 107 Milwaukee 8 motor, and they are ready for you. So please come get cozy with Josie for your special pricing. You got to mention it anytime today or tomorrow or any old time. Here at Burt's Barracuda, where the beer is always ice cold and it's always free.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Leather here. I'm coming to you to tell you guys about our tax-free weekend for back to school. So with a $300 purchase before tax, we're gonna give you this duffel bag full of some badass Burt swag. Take it home, you can put it on the airplane with you, you can carry it to the beach, take it to grandma's house, take it to auntie uncle's house, take it to your girlfriend's house for just a beach day, have a couple margaritas, and have a good old time.
Our tire employee price tire special on installed tires has been going so well, we've decided to move it onto another category group, and you're looking at it. We've got Carlinis, we got Gangster Apes, Twin Peaks handlebars, 1.5 inches. We've got KSTs. We've got so many handlebars. We're gonna be able to take care of everybody. Get in here, save some money.
Hey, we're back. Tony, what a great night, you know? Unfortunately, we weren't out in the elements because the elements are not cooperating tonight.
No, not at all. But the band's still rocking. I can hear it out there.
The band is rocking, so you still have plenty of time to come down to Quaker Steak. Den of Thieves are on the stage. I mean, I haven't seen Den of Thieves in months.
No. And they said they don't care if it's rain or not. We brought our tarps. We're playing. I didn't even think they said even if it's a practice, they're going to play. It doesn't matter.
They are itching to play. So
every band is. I mean, everything's come. But what's cool is it's coming back. I can see it. I had to print out multiple sheets of paper because we have so many events coming because we're going to talk about. So I'm like, Yes, here it is again. We're going to get back into the swing of things, you know?
As long as, we can do all these events, you just have to be a little careful, wear your masks
Listen to the
when you have to.
Says keep your distance, wear your mask. See?
I'm ready.
That's right. Look better. Look how much better you look. Man,
Thanks a lot,
what'd you just
Tony.
do? Look at this guy now.
Hey.
I'm just kidding.
But anyway.
Oh, there he is. Whew. Scary again.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on this weekend.
First thing I think we got is Rossiter's Harley Davidson 30th anniversary party.
That's down in Sarasota.
Down on Cattleman Road.
Yeah.
Rossiter's is cool. 30 years they've been down there. I was looking at something that said the first 100 people get some gifts or something. There'll be a free gift for the first 100 people.
Hey, what time's that start?
Look at Eddie. He's like, I got to get down there.
Well, Rossiter's was my first Harley dealership in Florida.
Really? The first one you bought a bike from, or first one you like?
First one, I didn't buy a bike from them, but I associated with them because I had my Harley and I had moved to Sarasota. And I lived in Sarasota for 16 years before I came up to the Tampa Bay area.
We were talking about that.
And Rossiter's Harley Davidson, I was there every weekend, every Saturday, free hot dogs. And
see, there it is, free hot dogs. Now we know why I was there. I'm just kidding. Of course, all these we're going to talk about are attorney Fran Haasch sponsored. So
definitely, yep.
Fran Haasch, they were mentioning in a text message between us how they have like 9 events this weekking.
Yeah,
so
Red's going crazy.
You can see it right there. I think it's that's 30th anniversary of Rossiter's Harley Davidson. We'd like to thank all our valued customers with a big party. There'll be a free gift for the first 100 people. We'll have food, cash bar, vendors, live music by Sound of Fury. So,
I may get down there for the 9 o'clock start.
Go get a free gift. Yeah.
Get my free gift and my hot dog.
Free gift hot dog. Then he's going to go do the ride and get the barbecue.
Then I'll come up to
Safety
Harbor.
Is this going to be everywhere Eddie's stomach is everywhere? Or speaking of that, you just did a food review, which I told him, I said, you did a cool food review. Why are we not doing a food review in both the online and in the magazine?
Well, I think it's coming, Tony.
I like it. Hey, don't leave me out. I like food. All right.
Hey, we enjoyed that food last Wednesday.
Listen, that Monte Cristo. Who's had a good Monte Cristo in a minute? I mean, the last Monte Cristo I remember was Bennigan's, or when it was it Bennigan's?
Yeah.
Used to have the Monte Cristo, and then they went out and they made that Monte Cristo down there with that chutney or whatever, strawberry, raspberry. Listen, my mouth is watering. I can't even talk without thinking about it. And the chocolate gravy. I know I talked a lot about it, people, but you got to understand, Bert's the Twisted Fork menu. How many pages was it, Eddie?
Too many.
It was like 8 pages. It was literally 8 pages of food, and everything looked better than the next. I was like, okay.
And some really unique items.
And very bikerish, and the drinks were bikerish, and very cool. And you got to go down and check it out. If you don't, you're missing out. What's the next one we got on there, Eddie?
Yeah, the Sisterhood ride. That's coming up at Gator Harley Davidson, and that's going to be a good one.
September 12th as well, yeah.
Gator Harley, up in Leesburg. It's another great dealership, and they're going to put on a great event.
Speaking of that, we'll find out here in the next couple days about Biketoberfest, which is also about Leesburg. Leesburg rescheduled till November.
November.
I don't know the exact dates off the top of my head. It's November, but I know
around
Leesburg.
The 15th, I think.
I want to say it was right then. So if I know that if Leesburg happens, everybody goes over to Gator. They got a ton of vendors over there. I'm really keeping my fingers crossed, and especially with the good look that COVID's really taken a step back and things are getting better. So I'm hoping Biketoberfest and Leesburg both happen for the end of the year.
Keeping our fingers crossed, Tony. Keeping our fingers crossed, because Leesburg is the best 3-day bike fest around.
I would say around. I don't know anybody else that lets bikers take over an entire town, and literally you got VFWs with grass patches in the back that got camping. You got the whole town looks forward to Leesburg Bike Fest.
I tell you, right from Main Street to the streets behind that run parallel with Main Street, all the cross streets. I mean, it's amazing. It's one of my favorite.
One of mine too.
I've been going for over 10 years, I think now.
And they're they put on a heck of a thing, and you got the whole community gets involved, and you can drink in the streets and walk in the streets, and every parking lot has bikers or biker vendors. It's awesome. They always bring in great bands too. One of my favorite I ever saw there was Vanilla Ice, believe it or not.
Vanilla Ice, yeah, I remember that
He
year.
put on a hell of a show there.
But Gator Harley, that's Saturday at 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's the Sisterhood Ride, so check it out. And then
we, of course, we have the Patriot Express Ride. We got that flyer here. John's going to bring that up again. So we got the Patriot Express Ride. That is with Gary Dodds and of course, Dave Barr, who was here earlier talking with us. That starts and ends at the VFW Post 193, 10093 in Safety Harbor. Registration, well, that was weird, huh? The way I said it? I know, it was weird. 10093. I didn't realize the post had that many numbers in it.
That's a big post.
The ride, is that the wrong address or what? No, I don't know.
That's it,
I think that's right. But it goes to some good places, and not a great long ride, but it'll be a good ride. So see, Safety Harbor kicks in up at 12.
Yep.
I think you could get Sarah Rossiter's to there in time.
I will definitely, yeah.
I think you can make it happen.
I may have to go down early to Sarasota.
You have to leave at 8. Yeah, go down there.
Yeah, oh yeah, I can.
Be at 9. Grab your stuff. I gotta go.
I can do that. And going down 75 at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday.
He'll be doing 110. Watch. I know how that goes. So again, kickstands up. River Crossing band's playing. We have a lot of information for that. Again, that is Saturday, September 12th to 2020. Patriot Express Foundation Ride and Rally. What's next? Oh, this one's gonna be fun.
Oh, Sunday. Our good buddy Reverend Jim, his Speakeasy Bike Show.
And he asked me, that's the big one. That's the one, the Reverend Jim Speakeasy Bike Show. We're actually doing a slow race at it. Reverend Jim is a character, if you've ever met him. If you know who Reverend Jim is.
Great guy.
We love the guy. He is a character. But he's doing this, he's running with the Speakeasy because the bars aren't open. So hopefully I don't say hopefully, but maybe they'll stay closed until Monday. That way the Speakeasy will still work for him.
He's doing this with Wayne Whitsick, and Wayne is a great guy, and he's involved with the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches, and so this is going to be a great event.
It is. It says bike show, noon till question mark. They're going to do a slow race, live music, great food, cold beer, 11 class bike show. Let's see, Racing for Orphans is the charity, 501c3.
Yep.
For the Sheriff's Youth Ranch. And Reverend Jim, you want to get a hold of him, look it up. It's Reverend Jim Speakeasy Bike Show, and we're going to do a slow race, and he said he's going to have a pool out there, and so, Reverend Jim knows how to throw a party. He likes making it different and unique.
Oh, his last event was was unique.
What was his last event?
Up in Newport Richie.
Oh, at Brothers Powder Coating. Yes, that's Reverend Jim likes to put on a party.
Yes.
He's fun. If you get a chance, you got to look the guy up and watch his video he just did, because his wife was helping him, and they did this live video, and his wife was doing these little toys while he's talking. If you know Reverend Jim, he's not a computer guy or a phone guy or anything like that. So he's doing this thing, and you can see his wife doing like this toy car in front of his face, then this little car, and then a beer, and she was trying to pour it in his mouth. It was quite hilarious. It was
too bad we don't have that to put up.
Here's the thing: he has no idea how to do all this stuff, like this video and everything. But he had gold. He had solid gold with that video. I was literally sitting there laughing out loud. And,
oh, definitely, yeah.
And my girlfriend looks at me. She's like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, "You don't realize this guy's not this funny, so I don't know who's doing this for him, but it's hilarious."
I think he still has a dial phone at home.
He might have a dial phone. I think he's got a flip phone, believe it or not. He's still going. I like Reverend Jim. He taught me a lot of the things I know about motorcycles and judging, believe it or not, as an IMBBA judge. IMBBA stands for International Master Bike Builder Association. He was a judge with them and helped get that going, and taught me, when I was younger in this industry, a lot about motorcycles and how to tell Sportster apart from this and what goes where and who does what, and when I really didn't know what I was looking at.
Yeah, matter of fact, one of the first shows that I entered my old heritage in was one of your events, Tony, in Oldsmar.
Oh, was that Freedom Fest?
Yeah.
Wow, those were good days right there.
Yeah, those were great days, and I said, well, my heritage, it's kind of nice, and it was tricked out, and I said, I'm going to enter it. What the hell?
you win a trophy?
And I won a trophy.
Nice.
And Reverend Jim was the judge. And at the time, I didn't even know him, you know.
Very cool. I like Heritage. I like a Heritage everywhere. You know, you see them. People do a lot of different stuff with Heritage. Softail, you do a lot with them. So, but again, Reverend Jim taught me a lot of stuff I know about motorcycles. So, and then I see Saturday, we also have a 9/11 poker run at Bourbon on Main.
That's up in Newport Richie.
Yes.
That's going to be another good one. That's one I would like to do, but, you know.
Can't do them all, Eddie.
Can't do them all.
They can't be everywhere,
When they're all in one day, you know, it makes it a little difficult for everywhere to get there. You
Yes,
know,
it does. I was trying to read some of this. Ride will start and end at Bourbon on Main. Kickstands up at 1 p.m. All vehicles should be back in by 6:30. All cars, bikes, trucks, jeeps, buses, airplanes are welcome. Airplanes are welcome. How you gonna land that in downtown Newport Richie?
right down 19. You
Hey,
know?
listen. You know you get a ticket if you actually have to land on a major road.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that. Somebody told me that the other day. If a plane actually has to land on a major road, you can get a ticket for it.
Hey, I wonder what happened with that plane that landed in the Hudson River. Did they get a ticket?
Yeah, they made a movie about him, remember? That was Captain Gus or whatever. What's his name? That's what happens there. They made a movie about that one.
Took care of the ticket.
And then the cost will be $20 a rider, driver, etc. Passengers will be $10. It starts at Bourbon on Main. It goes to Crooked Thumb Brewery.
That's down in Safety Harbor, yep.
Then you got Soggy Bottom Brewing Company. Ooh, this might be a...
Dunedin.
Yeah. Then you got Craft Life Brewing. Take your time. Don't get into those IPAs early on this ride.
And I think, from what I understand, all the breweries that are involved, they're going to donate a certain amount of all the beer that is sold back to the event. So.
That's a word, isn't it? Say it again. All the what involved? Breweries.
All the breweries.
How do you say that? Breweries.
Breweries.
They're giving us the speed it up sign already. Hey, we're making jokes here. This isn't easy, John. Don't speed us up. Hey. Don't forget, we also got an annual fundraiser to benefit Steve Chamberlain's 50 Legs on Sunday, the 13th at Bellisimo's.
The Carmen Cares ride.
Carmen Cares.
That's
Is that
coming
Saturday
up.
Too? I didn't find that one for some reason.
Yeah, that's Saturday also.
Carmen Cares is Quaker Steak and Lube and attorney Fran Haasch. They take the food to the to the hospital. To the people that are out there working in a hospital. Very cool idea there. They did it once, and it was right in the beginning of COVID, and it was one of those scary ones you did because we went to the hospital and they were there, and you're wearing masks, and you're like, oh my gosh, everybody's gonna get sick, and it was, you know. See, you look better every time you do it, Eddie. You're like a drink. Every time you pull it up, you look better. No, I'm just kidding.
Thanks, Tony.
No problem. Well, you're not Michelle, so I don't know what to tell you.
Well, what can I say?
Yeah, well.
I've got the legs.
I don't know about that. I've seen those too. I don't know if you got the legs for Michelle. Anyways, that's it, Eddie. Anything else? Did I miss it? Anything?
Tony, don't forget, next week, Everywhere Eddie, live from the new Burt's Barracuda.
I'm excited to be inside the new building because I haven't been in there since it was a barn that we had the expo in.
Well, Bert took me on a quick tour a few weeks ago.
Oh, you special. I don't get tours. Look at this guy.
It's coming along.
I'm excited. I saw the video they did, and I know we played that. So let's thank attorney Fran Haasch, Quaker Steak and Lube, Tampa Bay Multimedia for running us and making us funny and look good. And what else?
That's it. Fran Haasch.
That's
the
it.
Fran Haasch Law Group, 1866 Law Fran.
Or lawfran.com. That's it. Bye, everybody from
Everywhere Eddie.
And Tony C. See ya.
See you.
I decided to pursue a career in law because it gives me an opportunity to help people. I enjoy being a passionate advocate for my clients, and I'm so grateful that being a lawyer also allows me to make a positive impact on our community. When a client chooses us to represent them, they're entrusting us with a huge responsibility. It's our goal to exceed their expectations with our personalized service and to help them to achieve the best possible recovery to compensate them for their injuries.
Having been through a serious accident myself, I understand how instantly isolated someone can feel during the immediate aftermath. We try to shed light on a client's situation so that they don't feel so isolated, knowing that they have us on their side, working towards a resolution on their behalf. That's where we come in, and that's what the firm did for me as well. We fight to set clients on the right track so that they can try to get back to the life they had prior to the accident.
A fellow was texting and driving and came across the line, hit me head on. Just a horrific accident. I literally thought I was going to die. You know, I've dealt with thousands of wrecks in my life being on the fire department and never thought I would be in that situation. Fran is a big sponsor of a lot of the restaurant events for bikers and things like that. So I knew that she had a lot of experience in wrecks and things. So she was the first one I thought of to call. She's a bulldog. They found out things that I didn't think were possible to find out. When you're laying in a hospital bed and you're hurting, I understand it. It's scary, but if you have Fran Haasch on your side, it should alleviate a lot of your worries. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
They have their own lives to take care of, whether it's family, a job, or all the above. We endeavor to shield clients from the stressors of an injury claim so that they can try to focus on what is truly important.
The culture of this firm is based on charity, compassion, and I like to surround myself with team members that are going to treat a client like they're part of our family. Community is number one to me. We do a food drive every year. If it's a cancer benefit, a food benefit, something for the animals, something for veterans, we love to be involved in that. The bikers are such a charitable group of people, and they have the biggest hearts. I love being part of that community. This can be devastating to have an accident, and it's just a priority of mine to make sure they get the best medical care possible to make a full recovery.